KONDOSAN.
After Hansel and Gretel got rid of the witch, they lived a pleasant life with their father. But they still wondered about her whereabouts. They always talked about it when they went to bed at night.
What are you thinking about, Hansel? The same thing again?
Yes, the witch's treasure haunts me. I wonder where she got so much gold.
I like to know that too.
Maybe there's a way to find out.
Is that so? What is it?
We can go to the witch's house and look for clues.
I really don't want to go to that house again.
We must learn about the source of her treasure.
When the children arrived at the house, it was no longer what it used to be.
Wasn't it a gingerbread house made of cake? What is this horrible thing?
It was a spell she cast to trick children. When the witch disappeared, so did her spell.
Hansel and Gretel went inside. They looked around to find out where the witch got the gold.
I found something.
It's a map, and it has a text below.
Elves live under the rainbow where jewel-filled pots overflow. Wow, who are the elves? Where is this country?
There's a marked place on the map. It must be there.
Someone is at the door.
Who are you guys? Hey, don't run!
I guess they were afraid of us.
I wonder what's in them. Ah, they're filled with gold. These must be the elves mentioned on the map.
What are we going to do?
Let's go to the country marked on the map. I think the answer lies there.
The forest is a scary place at night. I wish we never came.
We can't turn back now. We'll go on our way in the morning.
I heard something. Could it be a wild animal?
The children were scared. They looked around, but they couldn't see anything.
Don't be afraid. It's probably just a squirrel.
When the sun rose, they set off again.
Hansel, look over there. How beautiful.
Wow! It's the rainbow mentioned on the map.
The land of the elves must be there.
When they were just on the road again,
Oh no, we got trapped.
These are the elves who ran away from us. Let us go!
I'm afraid, what are we going to do?
the elves took them directly to their village. When Hansel and Gretel saw the golden village, they were surprised.
Wow! Look at all these houses. They're all made of gold.
What will they do to us?
Finally, they were brought to a beautiful elf lady with a crown on her head.
I am the Queen of the Rainbow Country. It is a serious offense to enter our country. You will be on trial tomorrow. Oh.
In the evening, the children were sitting in the cage, brooding over what had happened.
How do we get out of here?
Don't worry, Gretel. The queen doesn't look like a bad person. When we explain, she will understand.
The next day, the children were taken in front of the queen and were put on trial.
So you came here stealthily to steal our gold.
No, we're not here to steal your gold. We just...
So why did you come? To kidnap our children?
Why would we kidnap them?
To take them to the witch, of course. You had the map. You are guilty.
But you don't understand.
Hush! Don't deny it. I sentence you to swift floor in the stone mill for life.
We are not guilty, please.
They don't look like naughty children, my queen. We should listen to them.
Tell us then, why did you have the witch's map?
Hansel and Gretel explained everything to the queen, what had happened and why they came to Elfland.
So the witch imprisoned you in her house, but you escaped?
Then we found the map in her house.
And these curious children came this far.
The queen believed the children's story and found them innocent. She told them how the witch got the gold.
If we didn't send her gold, she would take our children. She gathered so much gold from us, she became rich.
This is why we're leaving gold at our door.
You no longer have to send any. Your children are safe.
Are they safe? But how?
Because the witch disappeared. She can no longer harm anyone.
The queen and the elves were delighted when they heard this news.
We got rid of the witch. Yay! 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 Yay!
Finally, it was time for the children to go back.
We owe you. Take this gold as our gift.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
They went home happily, knowing they had made new friends.
KONDOSAN.
Once upon a time, in the deep sea, there was an underwater kingdom. The king watched over the kingdom along with his 6 beautiful daughters and his elderly mother. All the sea creatures lived peacefully and happily together. All 6 daughters of the king were beautiful. But the most beautiful one was the Little Mermaid. She had long red hair and ocean blue eyes. Their father would gather them around his throne every night, and they would chat while sipping their seaweed tea. The king's greatest fear was that his girls would fall under the spell of the sun and choose to live above water. Because when a mermaid turned 18, she was allowed to swim to the surface and watch the world while enjoying the sun and the wind.
My dear girls, according to the rules of our sea kingdom, it is forbidden to talk to humans. Their lives aren't like ours. We belong to the sea, and they belong to the land and air. Don't ever go near them.
But Father, even if they're different from us, I'm really curious about humans and want to see them.
Of course, my little girl. You're almost 18. By listening to my word and without breaking the rules, one day you two will be able to go to the surface and watch the world while enjoying the sun and the wind.
The Little Mermaid sisters would always tell her about everything they saw when they came back from the surface. know what, little sis? There's a wonderful breeze up there. The sun is really warm. As huge ships pass by, we play with dolphins, and we sunbathe on the rocks without letting anyone see us. There was nothing the little mermaid could do but to daydream and wait for her 18th birthday.
I'm so excited, sis. I know I have to wait. In the meantime, I spend my time playing with Yum Yum and make pearl necklaces. Of course, for myself and you.
Yum Yum was a dolphin and was the little mermaid's best friend. At times, they would leave the palace to play tag at the bottom of the ocean.
Come here! Stop! Don't swim too fast! I'm going to catch you! Come here! Don't run! Don't run! I'm gonna catch you!
You need to swim faster. I don't get it. Are you a turtle or a dolphin?
Am I a mermaid? No one can swim as fast as you. Come on, let's have a swimming race. Why do I even bother when I know I'm going to lose? Silly me.
Don't say that, Yum Yum. Maybe you'll win one day. Never mind, let's race another time. Can you bring me back some more pearls? I want to make necklaces and bracelets for my sisters.
While waiting for Yum Yum on her oyster bed, the little mermaid's grandmother arrived.
Grandma, can I ask you something? Do humans look like us?
No, they don't, my dear granddaughter. Humans have legs, and they use them to walk on land. If they don't know how to swim, they can drown in the sea. We also live longer than they do, and we can also live on land. Don't forget, my dear, when the day comes and you go to the surface, make sure no one hears your voice. Because one of our most important features of our voice is that it's magical.
So, I won't be able to sing at the surface? What's the harm in it being magical?
Those who hear your voice won't be able to leave. Their ears won't hear anything but your voice. They will wait until they see you. Come on, it's very late, and that's enough information for now. Good night, my dear.
Finally, the big day had arrived. It was the Little Mermaid's 18th birthday.
Happy birthday, my little girl.
Happy birthday, little sis! The whole family took her amongst them, celebrating her birthday. The Little Mermaid was so excited. She was going to go to the surface and see the world. She hugged her father goodbye and started swimming with Yum Yum towards the surface. Her father was shouting after her in concern.
Don't forget everything I've told you. Yum Yum, look after my daughter.
Are you sure, Father? I will be looking after Yum Yum, because I'm faster than him.
Goodness, she didn't wait for me again.
Finally, the Little Mermaid reached the surface of the sea. She was now sitting on a rock in the middle of the sea and watching the world, and was admired of what she saw.
My goodness, the sky is so blue. The wind feels so wonderful. The seagulls are such beautiful creatures. Everything's so new to me. They're even more beautiful than my dreams.
Be careful, my princess. A ship is about to pass by. They're not supposed to see you.
What's that? It's so huge.
People can't swim in the water for long and can't breathe underwater. When they swim slowly. Even the fastest of them can't keep up with a ship. That's why people have been using ships since ancient times, both to travel and to carry loads.
And who's the one watching the sea in front of the ship?
I think this is a ship from the kingdom above, and that must be the prince of that kingdom. Be very careful. He's looking this way.
Suddenly, the little mermaid felt like singing. With her magical, wonderful voice, she started singing.
Princess, what are you doing? I hope the prince doesn't hear you singing. If not, he'll never leave until he finds us. Do you know that?
But the little mermaid couldn't help herself, and she kept on singing. She couldn't help herself from the prince's charm. The prince was also enthralled by the voice of the little mermaid.
What a wonderful voice. The girl who's singing must be just as beautiful. Point the ship towards the rocks. The voice is coming from over there.
But, my prince, it's very dangerous to sail the ship towards the rocks. It might hit the rocks and get damaged. The weather's also turning, and there might be a storm any minute now. Are you sure?
I need to find that girl. Do whatever it takes.
Yes, your majesty. Head towards the rocks. May God protect us.
The little mermaid hid behind the rocks. The prince didn't see her, but saw the pearl bracelet that she had dropped while escaping. He shouted out to his men.
Quick! Go on to land and bring me that pearl bracelet. She was a beautiful mermaid, I'm sure.
As he was looking at the pearl bracelet in his hands, suddenly a terrible storm began. The sea blackened, thunder struck, and the huge waves caused the ship to hit the rocks and shatter. And the prince fell into the sea.
Help me!
Yum Yum, the prince fell into the sea. Hurry, we need to save him.
The little mermaid and Yum Yum dived into the sea and saved the prince, taking him to the shore.
Please open your eyes. I saved you. Please. Please.
As they waited for the prince to awake, he slowly opened his eyes. The first thing he saw was the little mermaid's beautiful ocean blue eyes.
You saved my life. Thank you.
Then he saw the pearl necklace around her neck and immediately realized that she was the mermaid on the rock that he heard the voice of and was enthralled by, and the owner of the pearl bracelet in his pocket. With joy,
What a wonderful miracle. I searched for you all over, and now I owe you my life.
right at that moment, soldiers running to the shore saw the prince and the little mermaid. The little mermaid quickly jumped back into the sea, and Yum Yum followed. The soldiers immediately took the prince to the palace and told the king everything that had happened. Every day, for hours, the prince watched the sea from his balcony, wondering if the little mermaid would come back again. The little mermaid, who returned underwater, was so unhappy that she stopped eating and drinking. She shared her secret with Yum Yum, her best friend.
Yum Yum, please go to the beach and bring me news from the prince.
The prince watches the sea from his balcony every day, and I think he's waiting for you to go to the shore. We must do something. But what?
The king was very furious when he saw his daughter like this, but was also very sad.
My dear, you have broken the rules of the sea. You were not supposed to get close to any humans. You should have listened to your elders. What's happened to you?
But Father, aren't you the one who said that we must act kind to all creatures? If we hadn't saved the prince, he would have died.
Yes, you are right. But, according to the laws, you shouldn't have approached anyone. You are grounded.
The king grounded the Little Mermaid, forbidding her to go to the surface. The Little Mermaid was very sad and couldn't stop thinking about the prince. One day, Yum Yum came to the Little Mermaid.
Well, I actually know an octopus, and he knows a witch who can make miracles. If you want, we can go and tell her about our problem, and maybe she's able to help us. What do you say, huh?
Then let's go right away. I was grounded for 1 month, and it ends today. I can go to the surface again.
They quickly swam together and went to the witch's cave. It was a dreadful place filled with snakes, scorpions and spiders that could live underwater. The witch wasn't so different from them. She had an ugly face and a terrifying voice. She met them at the entrance of the cave.
I know you, Little Mermaid. Tell me, what do you want from me?
I should have 2 legs just like humans. I must go to the surface. I want to find the prince and walk and dance with him on the beach.
What you ask of me is very easy. I can give you 2 legs and 2 feet like humans, but you must give me something in return. Do you agree?
I agree. I'll give you whatever you want, as long as I can walk and dance with the prince on the beach.
Finally, the opportunity the witch had been waiting for had arrived at her doorstep. She had never liked her voice and always wanted to change it.
Since you've agreed, you must give me your voice in return.
Okay. Please give me 2 feet right away. I must go at once.
I'm going to give you a potion. You can drink it when you go to the surface. Your feet will grow right away. But this spell will be broken in 3 days. If the prince doesn't propose to you within 3 days, you will turn into a mermaid again. But we'll never have your voice again.
The Little Mermaid and Yum Yum grabbed the potion and went straight to the surface. The Little Mermaid drank the potion and suddenly she had 2 legs and 2 feet. And she started to wait for the prince to arrive. At that moment, the prince went out to the balcony. The minute he saw the red-haired girl, he ran to the beach.
Hi, I'm the prince of this country. You look like that mermaid I've been looking for, but you have feet. You can't be her. So who are you?
The poor mermaid opened her mouth to explain what had happened, but she had indeed lost her voice. She was so sad. The prince, seeing her in such a desperate state, felt sorry for her and took her to the palace.
How strange. Same blue eyes, same red hair, and the same pearl necklace. But you're not a mermaid and can't talk. To whom does this pearl bracelet belong?
Meanwhile, the prince's father had found a princess for the prince to marry and was pressuring him. The poor mermaid, frightened and sad, was waiting for the marriage proposal from the prince.
What if he never understands that I'm the mermaid he's been looking for? What if he never recognizes me? I'll be turned back into a mermaid again. A mermaid that can't talk or sing. My games with Yum Yum will also just be a dream.
The 3rd and last day of the spell had come. The Little Mermaid went to the beach and was crying as she watched the sea. But Yum Yum didn't wait around. He had already went underwater and told the king everything that had happened. In anger, the king along with his whale soldiers went straight to the witch's cave.
If you don't give my daughter's voice back immediately, I'll imprison you in a whale's stomach for the rest of your life.
But we had a deal.
As your king, I command you. Give my daughter her voice back immediately.
The witch, with fear, agreed and opened a glass bottle. And the Little Mermaid's voice was set free. Suddenly, the princess's magical, beautiful voice spread all throughout the sea.
La 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 la.
The Little Mermaid, who was crying on the beach, suddenly heard her own voice coming from the sea.
La 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 la.
Oh my god! This is my voice! I can talk now.
Then she saw her whole family sitting on a rock, waving and blowing kisses at her. The Little Mermaid was now a girl with an amazing voice and with feet. The king called out to her from the rocks.
Love is sometimes more important than all the rules, my dear. Go run to the prince and introduce yourself and be happy from now on, as your family will often come here to see you.
The Little Mermaid ran to the palace excitedly. She told the prince everything. The prince, having found the mermaid he had been searching for, proposed to her right away and placed the pearl bracelet on her hand. The prince and the Little Mermaid got married, and the Little Mermaid was now the princess of the land too. Every morning when the Little Mermaid woke up, she would call out to her family in the sea from the palace balcony and say thank you for everything and wave to them. The prince and Little Mermaid Princess lived happily ever after.
Once upon a time, there lived an elderly wife and husband in an old house. The couple had no children and they both felt extremely lonely.
I clean the house, I tidy up, and I make food, and you tend to the trees and flowers in the garden. But once we finish our work and night falls, wouldn't it also be great to have someone else to talk to? Instead, we go to sleep right after we eat. I feel so lonely.
You're so right, my dear. It's as if time stands still. We must find something else to distract us. What do you say?
Yes, my love. We must think of something.
You haven't made cookies in a long time. I've actually been craving them for weeks.
Good idea. Yes, today I'm going to bake a very different type of cookie.
Different? Ha! How so? I'm curious. When you finish, we can sit together in the garden, drink tea, and eat the cookies.
The old woman went to the kitchen. She put on the counter the flour, sugar, and oil that she needed to bake the cookies. She added a little ginger from the ginger jar that she kept on the kitchen shelf. Then, after she kneaded all the ingredients together, she began making the cookies.
Ginger is very good for you. It heals people. Let me add some.
She made small balls of dough and placed them on the tray. Finally, she made a large cookie in the shape of a man, placed it on a tray, and put the tray in the oven. While the cookies were in the oven, the wife thought,
When this gingerbread man is baked, I will show it to my husband and surprise him. Then, while we drink our tea, we can place him on an empty chair and chat with him.
She put on her oven mitts and took out the gingerbread man from the oven. Happily, she looked at her masterpiece.
Oh, it's beautiful, but it doesn't have eyebrows, a nose, or a mouth.
She immediately made his eyes out of raisins, his nose out of a hazelnut, and mouth out of a little sweet pepper, and watched in awe.
Once I add the strawberries as the buttons for his shirt, it'll be complete. If only it could come alive.
The instant she added the buttons, her wish came true. The gingerbread man jumped up into the middle of the tray.
Ow! It's so hot in here. I'm going out to the garden.
The old woman was staring in shock.
Oh God! You've heard our prayers. You sent us a wonderful grandson as sweet as a cookie.
She ran straight after him into the garden, but the gingerbread man had no intention of stopping. He kept running around in the garden, laughing out loud.
The gingerbread man is alive. He's going to be our grandson. Don't let him escape. Catch him!
Her husband, who was also in shock, started chasing the cookie as well. Of course, two elderly people couldn't run that fast. The gingerbread man had run quite far ahead, and the old woman couldn't get her voice through to him.
Don't run away, little gingerbread man! We aren't going to eat you. You're going to be our grandson.
As the gingerbread man passed a farm, a cow saw him.
What a delicious smell! I want to eat you. I'm tired of hay. I'll catch you now.
There's no way you can catch me no matter how hard you try. You keep eating your hay, you fat cow. There's no need to run. I'm faster than you. No one can catch me because I'm made of ginger. I'm full of energy.
The gingerbread man was provoking them to make them angry. Meanwhile, a pig that was up ahead noticed the group running. Then the gingerbread man shouted out to the pig as he passed him by.
Hey, you fat pig! You eat everything. Wouldn't you like to eat me too? I'm very sweet. See if you can catch me.
The pig that heard this insult got very angry and started chasing the gingerbread man.
Is that how it is? Come here, you mischievous cookie.
The old couple and the cow couldn't catch me. You think you're gonna catch me? You can't, because I'm made of ginger. I'm full of energy.
At this point, the gingerbread man was really having fun. He kept looking back at them and burst out laughing to make them angrier. He saw a lazy chicken sitting on top of a fence.
Hello, I'm Gingerbread Man.
Hi. You must be very sweet because there's a crowd chasing you.
You too, Mrs. Chicken?
Yes, I wonder what you taste like.
As if we needed you too. First learn how to fly, and maybe you'll catch me. You're just a non-flying bird. You can't catch me because I'm made of ginger. I'm full of energy.
Gingerbread man kept on running and came across a grazing sheep.
Hey you! Grass hat cotton bag. Catch me!
Come here, you rude cookie! If I catch you, I'm going to eat you in a gulp!
Instead of saying bye-bye, catch me and eat me. Don't say bye-bye, catch me and eat me. Don't say bye-bye, catch me and eat me.
The gingerbread man made it all the way to the end of the road, meaning to the bank of a river. He knew that he couldn't go in the water or else he would melt. While he was thinking of a plan, a fox appeared out of nowhere. The crafty fox was planning to trick him so he could eat him.
I can take you across. Come on, get on my back. Don't be scared. Hurry!
The gingerbread man trusted the fox and jumped on his back. The fox started swimming in the river. Meanwhile, the group that was chasing the gingerbread man reached the bank of the river and watched in awe at the scene. There was a boat tied nearby. The old couple untied the boat and started to row to chase the fox down the river. The old woman knew what the fox was planning to do, so they got as close as possible.
My God, please protect my small gingerbread man.
The fox started his cunning plan.
My dear friend, my back is hurting, so I'm going to sink a little bit more into the water. Come on top of my head so that you don't drown.
The gingerbread man jumped on top of his head, and they continued down the river. The old couple shouted,
Be careful! Hold tight!
Be careful!
This fox wants to eat you, don't be scared!
Hold
Come
tight!
to us!
Don't be scared, come to us!
The fox realized that his plan had been ruined, so he shook his head and the gingerbread man flew in the air. The fox opened his mouth as he waited for the cookie to fall in his mouth. But the gingerbread man was quick to act and jumped into the boat. But still, he was afraid of the elderly couple.
Don't be scared, gingerbread man. We would never eat you. You are our grandson now. You will be a companion to us.
We now have a grandson with whom we can chat with every night. We won't get bored at all, right, my dear?
Oh, really? Even after I made you chase after me and I said all those rude things to others?
Of course. Everyone can make mistakes. The important thing is to accept your mistakes and never repeat them.
Okay, I promise that from now I'll be a very polite gingerbread child. First, I'm going to apologize from all the animals that I insulted.
You will be good.
They returned home. The gingerbread man was now safe. Together, they lived happily ever after.